Wrong.
That is
Up, you beauty.
Decide not to use it. Curry, way down.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jalen the Blasian, or Jay's Vibe, whatever you want to call me. I'm not gonna hold it against you. Call me the brown kid, the Blasian kid, the kid, whatever you want. Welcome to another mini show of Mid to High Key. Today I'm gonna be discussing again 3 topics of which that I care about and how I perceive them, and have a discussion about them. But first, a couple updates. Donnell, he came last Wednesday. We had that Thursday to look for places, and we did find an apartment. Just keeps the ball rolling in terms of the show and where I want to go with it. It's a cool place. We already know what we're gonna do with the office area and how we're gonna have our computer set up. I'm actually in the midst of building a PC, so it's gonna be really cool. I want to get all those LED lights. I think those are awesome. He already has all this stuff in specs. He goes to a uni that provides all that stuff for him, so lucky him. I gotta build all this stuff myself. Let's get right into it. Again, 3 topics. Let's go. Golden State Warriors. They're having a pretty rough start to the season, and the crazy thing is, and I say it when I watch them play, I say that the other team is playing they're playing a hell of a game when they played the Rockets. I didn't expect for them to come back from that game. I didn't expect Memphis to play that well. Marc Gasol was a world beater. This man, you just see him pick Klay Thompson in the blender. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about Golden State. As you know, this happened.
To your point, Curry being guarded by Chalmers. Curry lost him and got all the way to the cup.
Oh, it's got to be a technical. He got to be thrown out.
And it's not really about the ejection that we're going to talk about. Everybody knows he got ejected. Everyone knows he was just frustrated. KD was trying to back him up. It's more about the beginning of the season so far. This season, the beginning of the season hasn't been out of character from what we've thought it would be. Definitely has been weird, hell of injuries in Golden State with this losing record to begin. I think that Golden State just feels like they can just walk through people, which in theory they really can, but if they play their game, they're not having any problems scoring. It's just that they're not really putting that crazy amount of effort into defense. And when they're playing these other teams, these teams are playing their game, peak level, professional-esque. Steph Curry and the gang feel like they can just shoot their way out of everything. And I even look at it sometimes and I'm like, they're usually down by a big deficit, nonetheless. So far in the season, I'm thinking maybe they just want to keep it entertaining, but then they get too much in a hole and they can't come back from it, and it's frustrating naturally. Memphis and the Rockets, they come into the game like, all right, we're playing Golden State. We gotta be hella nice, right? We gotta make sure we're on our game, and we gotta make sure we can do what we can to stop them. You can't really stop Golden State, but you can at least, play your best game to have a chance, which these 2 teams that have beat them have. I'm not worried about Golden State. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be just fine, but definitely it is, an eye-opener to watch that this team is beatable. Right? And they're definitely beatable if they feel like they can just walk into arenas and just totally destroy these teams, which you're not their professional team, you're a professional team, and if they're playing their best against, your normal, their best is probably going to win. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about with that. I'm going to keep watching the season and see how everything goes. I love Twitter. A lot of my close friends don't even use Twitter. They're like, it's toxic. It's not good, it burns brain cells, all this and that, but I always say it's about who you follow and how you go about, seeing negativity and seeing toxicity on your screen. You can just unfollow and go elsewhere. I want to talk about the Ciao guy.
See you later, man. Goodbye.
Ciao. I think about this kind of video. I think about, the damn Daniels, or the guy in the intro that's doing the dance or whatever, and it's just really interesting to see these little things go viral. I want to talk about the glow up aspect, and people call it now, it's clout, right? You're getting the social media, you're getting this small fame from things that you're doing on a day-to-day basis. It's pretty much, you're getting famous for living. This guy that's in this video, he starts off and he's like really awkward, and over time this guy is like, he has his catchphrase like, ciao or whatever, and the guy that's filming is just recording it, and it's just a funny thing, but now it's like a little sensation, right? And this guy just builds his confidence, and I've seen like comments underneath that video, and it's like, it's so cool to see him like come into himself, he's becoming more socially aware and able to figure out his way through those situations. You know, he's glowing up, he's evolving, and it's really cool to see those kind of things happen. This guy over a short course of time has become, you know, the man. You know, he's that dude now. So I think that's really cool. And what I would say about this, from what I'm like, I guess like the moral of it all, you guys should build each other up. You know, even strangers, you know, whether it's giving like a compliment or saying something nice to them or just being polite, it can go a long way. You know, you may not receive immense clout from someone being nice to you, but it definitely builds good karma, and I definitely believe in karma. This show, I really wanted to talk about the Gucci Mane event, and not really about the event itself, but what it kind of means, or how I perceive the event taking place. When I was growing up, the things you would see all the time is, you know, is white folk. You know, white folk here on the People magazine. You're watching all these. I used to watch the OC, and that's just literally about California and, you know, white people. And I enjoyed it. It was a great show, and but you don't really see like people of color in these positions to be entertaining, or to be more than entertaining, but be like figures that you like are looking at. Like, as you know, as a black kid, you know, even though I'm Blasian, you know, I am black. People perceive me as black. You know, as a black kid, you didn't really see those kind of figures in those kind of positions. You know, the last big wedding I heard was like the one in like England, and the prince and the princess or whatever, and it was like a big deal. That's like the last time I heard of like a big wedding, and it was publicly like a big thing. I don't know if you all have noticed, but the paradigm shift of the way that we're seeing these figures has definitely changed. You know, our fingerprints, you know, the black community's fingerprints are on everything now. You know, the wave has always been like a small wave, but now it's like crashing down, and it's just an ocean now of, you know, black figures in entertainment showing bigger relevance in everyday life. Again, I think about the protests and how people see it as black people protesting for, you know, for equality, police brutality, and it's this stage. You know, the NFL is a huge stage. It's a huge stage, and people want to watch football on those stages. But as black people, and you know, we want to get our points across, we will use those platforms to express our message. We're now getting into subtle topics, things that we consume on an everyday basis. A reality TV, if you will, with the Gucci Mane event. It's reached onto that platform. And now we're seeing black entertainment everywhere, you know, more black actors. And I think a lot about, you know, Childish Gambino and Donald Glover, and how this guy is amazing in like every single thing he does, from acting to music to comedy. And these used to be just platforms that, you know, only white folk would be relevant in. And now we're reaching our hands onto everything, and I'm glad that I'm able to see these kinds of things in my lifetime. And even me, like right here in front of this camera, I feel confident in sharing my opinions and beliefs, and I feel confident that people will see it and take me seriously. Yeah, that's what the Gucci Mane event means to me. So I hope you guys see it more than just that thing, but see it how it's now normalized, and it's like a big thing, bigger thing than just being a black people wedding. It's the wedding. This is a mini series, again, mini show, the alpha test of the Mid to High Key show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please check back for another one. Please follow us on our social media links on the down below. We're definitely starting out, so we love this is our day ones. Anyone who watches and subscribes and views, and our day ones. I'm Jalen the Blasian, or Jay's Vi, and I'll be back with you guys with another video hopefully soon. I do have a cool video in mind that I want to do in terms of the community, because there's big stuff going on in the YouTube community. Being new in this whole space, I wanted to talk about my thoughts of everything. So, but yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Ciao.